Good morning. My name is Matt Bruce. My pronouns are he, him, and I serve on your board of trustees. It is my pleasure to welcome you here this morning. If you are here for the first time, thank you for joining us. We look forward to getting to know you. We invite everyone present in the sanctuary today to join our in-person community time immediately following the service. And today, it's a special community time as a Thanksgiving potluck. Don't worry, if you didn't bring food, it's okay. Please come, all are welcome. I also want to announce that you should have seen in your e-communications, and there'll be more to come about the annual meeting. Mark your calendars, December 10th. We are doing a hybrid style this year, so mostly in person here in the sanctuary. We encourage people to come in person, but if you need or even prefer the hybrid option to be online, we are welcoming all in both modes. So please look forward to that. Each week we remind ourselves of our congregation's core values. They are connection, transformation, justice, and acceptance. Our mission is to embody these core values in our daily lives by welcoming all, inspiring compassion, nurturing wonder, and serving community. We are so glad that you are here with us today. We hope you find the service inspiring and meaningful. I invite everyone now to take a moment to greet one another, whether here in the sanctuary or online.
Our chalice lighter today is Jack Ridenauer. Jack likes the color yellow. Please join with me in the words of our chalice lighting, which are printed in the order of service. We are Unitarian Universalists. This is the church of the open mind, the loving hearts, and the helping hands. We take care of the planet Earth and each other.
Anyone
Reverend Emily Gage. My pronouns are she and her. Our opening words are from the Reverend Kathleen McTeague. You who are broken-hearted, who woke today with the winds of despair whistling through your mind, come in. You who are brave but wounded, limping through life and hurting with every step, come in. You who are fearful, who live with shadows hovering over your shoulders, come in. This place and this time is sanctuary, and it is for you. You who are filled with happiness, whose abundance overflows, come in. You who walk through your world with lightness and grace, who awoke this morning with strength and hope, you have everything to give, come in. This place and time is your sanctuary, and it is for you. Here we offer in love, here we receive in gratitude, here we strengthen one another. Here we renew our call to bring to the world what it so desperately needs, more love. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your life journey, wherever you are in the world, you are welcome here. Come, let us worship together.
Our opening hymn today is number 123, Spirit of Life, familiar to us because we sing it every week. I've had the joy of singing this song in a lot of languages, including Hungarian, Khasi in Northeast India, and a sort of silent language as well. And I want to teach that to you today. So this sort of silent language, it is silent if we just do it. It's a variation of sign language. I learned this from a minister, longtime minister in Wisconsin. It is not American Sign Language. It is sort of a choreographed version that act out the words. So I'm going to teach that to you, and then we'll try it, and then we'll try to sing and do the signs for those who are willing. So the sign for spirit looks like this. So a symbol of spirit, because we can't see it, is often sort of smoke, that you can't see going up from a candle. So spirit of life, and life just sort of where the core of our life comes from, our heart of life, come unto me. And then we get sing, which looks like sing. Now here's the sign for in. In. This is in the song a lot, so if you pick up just one sign, this is the one to pick up. In. Sing in my heart, and you just kind of outline your heart. All. Everybody included all. And then stirrings of compassion, we're going to do like this, like the Buddha or Jesus might do in giving a benediction. So all the stirrings of compassion. Then I have to look when I'm not actually singing it verse by verse. So blow. Blow looks like blow. In. Got it? Right? In. The wind is going. Rise. In. The sea looks like waves, maybe a boat going over waves. Move, so you take something and move it. In. The hand. Here's my favorite sign in this. Giving. Wait a minute, when we give, we do this, right? No, when we give, we also do this because we receive. So giving, life again. And then shape of justice, we do like the scales of justice. Then roots, pretend these are roots going into the earth. Hold. Me, close. And then wings. This looks like a W to me, and you go, wings. And then set me free. Imagine that you are in prison or you're handcuffed and you're freed. So wings, set me free. Spirit of life, come unto me, come unto me. All right, so here's what I'd like to do. And I've taught this in the Philippines, Northeast India, Transylvania, the UK, and now Unity Temple. I would love to have us rise in body or in spirit and sing it through just the first time without actually using our voices, just the signs. And then we'll sing it and do the signs, and you're welcome to do one, both, whatever works for you. I forgot. What's next? All right, both. All the stirrings of compassion blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Wow, that was amazing. Technically, we're supposed to remain standing to join in the words of our covenant, but feel free to stand as you are able. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other and with God. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good morning. My name is Emma Farrell. My pronouns are they or she, or you can use some other ones, is fine with me. Love is the doctrine of this congregation, and one of the ways each week that we share in and express that love together is we share in some of our joys and some of our sorrows and concerns that may be present within our congregation. Those attending in person may write down a joy or a sorrow in the book just outside of the sanctuary. You may also email them to joysandconcerns@unitytemple.org. And if you would like to speak with someone about what's going on in your life, what's on your heart, the spiritual care team is here to be of service to you. You may reach out to any of us individually. You may reach out to one of the ministers, or you may email us collectively at spiritualcare@unitytemple.org. Here are the joys and sorrows that were shared for this week. We have a couple of anniversaries to celebrate. First, Catherine Bendowitz and Andrew Gilmore celebrated 26 years of loving partnership on November 15th. And I myself have now been married to my partner for 10 years as of this week. Some concerns we ask. Brian Hans has asked for prayers of healing for his good friend Anthony. And Joe Yowell and Marie McBain are sad to say that this is their last service at Unity Temple, at least for a while. They are moving to Marietta, Georgia next week. They say that it has been a joy to be a part of this community. There is one more sorrow. Ralph Lee has expressed in behalf of Carolyn Skipper that on Wednesday, the 8th of November, Carolyn fell and broke the humerus of her left dominant arm very near the shoulder. She will need shoulder reconstruction surgery in the near future. Ralph Lee is providing care for her currently. Please hold her in your hearts. She welcomes visits, phone calls, emails, notes, and cards. And we know that, of course, there are many joys and many sorrows and concerns that remain silent, that might be too tender to share. And we honor those. We invite anyone who wishes to come forward and drop a stone into one of the stations that are located throughout the sanctuary. And we invite you to engage in the spiritual practice of silence as we do this shared ritual. At the end, together we will sing Spirit of Life once as a benediction. Let us begin.
Let us unite our hearts and minds in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Spirit of life and love, our hearts are full this day, as they often are, with so many joys and sorrows, so many little things and tiny and medium and big things. May we know that we hold all those things together and that we are not alone. Tomorrow, November 20th, is Transgender Day of Remembrance. And so today we mourn and honor those who lost their lives because they dared to be who they are. We hold in our hearts those glorious souls with names both known and unknown, and offer thanks for their lives. May we know that we have the power to change the world so that all can be who they are, whatever their sexual orientation, whatever their gender identity and expression. The world is a better place when we can all show and live and be our true selves. May we answer that call to live in love. May we continue to grow and change and question our ideas about gender identity and expression. May we keep on opening our hearts and minds and spirits further and further. May we know and feel deep down in our souls that each one of us is amazingly and wonderfully beautiful. May we know that we are surrounded always, both this day and all our days, by love. Amen. Blessed be.
When Giving Is All We Have, a poem by Alberto Rios. One river gives its journey to the next. We give because someone gave to us. We give because nobody gave to us. We give because giving has changed us. We give because giving could have changed us. We have been better for it, and we have been wounded by it. Giving has many faces. It is loud and quiet, big though small, diamond and wood nails. Its story is old, the plot worn in the pages too, but we read this book anyway, over and again. Giving is, first and every time, hand to hand, mine to yours, yours to mine. You gave me blue, I gave you yellow. Together, we are a simple green. You gave me what you did not have, and I gave you what I had to give. Together, we made something greater from the difference. It is a great joy this morning to welcome to Unity Temple and to our pulpit Reverend Justin Magara. Justin is the minister of the UU congregation in Kisii, Kenya, and also the Maasai UU community in Kenya. I first met Reverend Justin at the UUA General Assembly in Rhode Island back in 2013, and we got to work together while I was executive director of the UU Partner Church Council. And this work included recognizing a new partnership between his congregation in Kesey and the Tallahassee, Florida congregation. A few things to note today by way of introduction. One is that Reverend Justin was just in Prague at a very important international gathering of Unitarian Universalists that was attended by Amanda Thomas from our congregation, who led the music. We also will hear a little bit from Justin about a project that he's working on with the UU community, Maasai community, and I wanted to share that we'll be giving on behalf of the congregation a financial gift to support this important project. Also, last thing is that Reverend Justin is here for the potluck, so invite you all to warmly say hello after the service. So welcome, so good to have you here.
Thank you so much, Reverend Roger. Thank you, Reverend Emily, for welcoming me here on this Sunday to fellowship with you at the Unity Temple. It's my second time coming here. I came here in 2019, silently. I just came to see the church and also to fellowship with you on a Sunday. As Reverend Roger said, I'm a minister from Kenya. I started at Midfield Lombard Theological School. I did the also Master of Arts in Leadership Studies with a concentration of community lay ministry. I'm serving two congregations in Kenya. That's Kisii Unitarian Universalist Congregation and Maasai Unitarian Universalist Community. I founded Kisii Unitarian Universalist Congregation in 2007, just 1 year after I became a Unitarian Universalist member. And we've been, since then, we started by gathering in my house with a very few people. Then number grew, we went to gather under acacia tree, a very huge acacia tree. And also finally, we have got our land where we are intending to build the church. So we've been blessed from that time, we've been growing. Also, I'm ministering to Maasai community. It's the two congregations are 5 hours away from each other. So I keep much of driving every month to back and forth to serve most to the two congregations. The Maasai community is new. I founded it in 2020, and it's a kind of gift congregation to me. That's what I consider it to be, because it's a give back of what the kindness I showed to the Maasai. The Maasai Unitarian Universalist Commission was founded in 2022 during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Maasai community live in rural areas of Kajiado County, which is around 60 kilometers from Nairobi City. The community practiced pastoralism as their major economic activity, and they depend on milk and meat as their staple food. They go twice a week to trade their livestock for household commodities at the nearby market, which is around 10 kilometers away. But during COVID-19 pandemic, the government had shut down, had closed the open air market, and the Maasai community could not access their household necessities. I came to meet this community when a friend asked me to drive him together with his partners to view the land they own in the Maasai village. When we got to the village, I noticed that the Maasai children were not in good health, and the entire community was unable to access the market, to access the market to sell livestock and buy household stuff for their livelihood. I went back to home and shared the story with my family. My family and I agreed to donate food and household commodities to the Maasai community using the alternative route, since the main road was blocked by or was closed by police until the market was opened. I remember one day I was arrested because I was using the alternative route coming back from after dropping the food, coming back. Police officer had changed the roadblock and caught me, so I was arrested, but I got off. I was taken to cell, but later on I was released. You can see the photos. That's me holding a Maasai kid. That's me and the Maasai families sharing the food. That's the corn flour, salt, all the household commodities that they needed. They're living in the valleys, but it's a beautiful place. So this is what made me to, when I went there first, I found this group, the Maasai children and the women were under the tree, not having any food. They were so much suffering, materials, but I went back and my family agreed that we could donate some food. This act of kindness made the Maasai elders bless me. You see them blessing me. They are phones. I have something at my hand that they put it to my hand to tie me to the community. So that's one side. That was my first time to have such a kind of Maasai. It's made by Maasais, and they didn't prepare me over a call. They just invited me to go there, and I found that they were inviting me to be part of the community. So they put that into my hand so that I stay with them. And also they had given me milk, fermented milk, so that once the Maasai give you fermented milk, because milk is white, it's a sign of acceptance. So from there, and asking my family to stay with them, they did those rituals, and also they offered me a piece of land to purchase so that I can be part of them. And we did purchase 10 acres of land in their community, and I started sharing with the community about our UU values and principles, which they really admire, our humanity and environmental-oriented teachings, because they are more conservative. They are environmental conservatists. They really keep the environment. They don't even do farming because they don't break the soil. They just they use milk and meat as their staple food. But we are trying to teach them on how to do farming. We started now gathering with them, and we are having a very wonderful, beautiful congregation with them. Children come and sing. We are part of the community, and I'm so happy. They also invited me for a wedding, the first wedding. I participated in the Maasai community. One of the young Maasai men was marrying, and this is the elder who welcomed me. So I went there to bless the bride and the bridegroom. So these are women who brought the ready. Now in that car, they were singing and giving the ready to the other family. So those are women when they come with the ready. So the men are on their side, and you saw the young men dancing with spears, going to receive the ready. we started the food growing program. We started training the Maasais how to cook vegetables because children were in bad health because they were not consuming vegetables for vitamins. They used it to take only milk and meat, so they have only protein. So they needed vegetables and fruits and vitamins, and also some kind of fish which is found in Kenya. It's good for children. So we had purchased all that and took the time, and we taught the women how to cook. So now this is me and the children with the school. These are school girls. I also donated rice and beans for them and cooking oil, so to have during lunchtime so that they can stay in school until in the evening because they come from far. Their schools are like 20 kilometers apart. So from the village is 10 kilometers outside. So I went to the school and donated food so that we can stay in school until the afternoon to have more hours of learning before they come back home. So because of lack of enough schools around, they go to school when they are almost mature. They are past 10 years. They walk through the valleys and bushes where there are wild animals, so they must go when they are grown up enough to defend themselves and also in groups. That's why you see those girls, there's no little children because they cannot walk 10 kilometers to access school. So that's the Maasai girls, and we started now growing food to help the Maasai community be sustainable. Instead of donating food all the time, I wanted them to start doing farming so that they can be sustainable in their food production, and they were so happy. I didn't expect it as such a kind of acceptance, but they were so happy because every time we go there, they work with us. They have a very fertile soil, but due to the short rains, the crops could not survive to maturity for harvesting. We only managed to harvest the beans, but corn and sweet potato, and bananas were all destroyed by drought. We needed to drill a borehole to get enough water for irrigation, household and animal use. The underground water level is 200 meters deep, and the borehole drilling companies ask you for $80 per meter with archaeological survey fee of $500, solar pump and the solar power installation with the water storage tanks, farm input capital. Total cost is for $45,000 US. And we are intending to share the food, to have them share their food after harvesting and trade some of the food to the nearby market to get more money for their household use and also for the next planting season. We want to share what we do in Kisii to sustain the community with food, and they are so much open. They have accepted to change part of this culture because with the pastoralism, they give young girls for marriage to get more cows because that's their wealth. After showing compassion with the Maasai community, by donation of food and household items, I got accepted into the community, got the best land ever in my life, and my many gifts like milk, working and worshiping together makes me feel at home. The Maasai community, the Maasai always call me every day to check on me and my family, giving me a feeling to belong in the Maasai community. I have a peace of mind I have never had before. The elders gave me gods and blessing to have wealthy and care for my family. I am so grateful for this community. So I'm really appealing for your support to help me in my ministry, support this community, and support our congregation and our faith to dwell among this Maasai community so that they can live a dignified life. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you for welcoming me here to share with you today. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Dwayne Dowell. My pronouns are he and him. For some time now, Unity Temple has been donating a portion of its Sunday offering to an organization that aligns with our values. Today, our contribution goes once again to the Midwest Access Coalition, an organization that provides support to those traveling to and within Illinois for abortion care. From January to August of this year, Illinois facilities have provided between 7,500 and 8,000 procedures per month. In our neighboring states of Kentucky, Missouri, Indiana, and Wisconsin, the procedure is essentially banned. It is therefore apparent that this support for transportation, housing, childcare, and other things is an important contribution for needed care. Unitarian Universalists have long history of advocating for abortion rights and reproductive justice. The UUA General Assembly in 2015 produced a statement of conscience declaring that Unitarian Universalists embrace a holistic reproductive justice framework and commit to taking action for abortion access, reproductive health care, and communities where all can thrive. May our sharing help bring peace to individuals and in crisis, and may the sharing bring you joy.
right. Thank you. So my story is about my dad who loved trains, and he especially loved long trips on passenger trains. That kind of sleeping in the sleeping car as the train moves through the night, the sounds of the train engine and the tracks, occasional whistles, just sort of put him to sleep. Sitting with people he didn't know in the dining car, trying to keep his drink from spilling, watching the world go by outside at train speed. He loved it all, and actually so do I. Well, his train traveling days stopped in his late 70s when my mom became too frail to go on a train. So Dad tended her with love and devotion for the last 5 or 6 years of her life, and he dreamed of one last long train trip. That dream picked up steam after my mom died, but by that point, he was 85 and couldn't go on his own. And so the first year passed after my mom died, and the second year, and the third year, and still no train trip because my siblings and I couldn't figure out how to make it work. Finally, 3.5 years after my mom died, with my dad going on 89, I figured out a way, and I figured out how to do a really long trip. And so we got on the train where he lived in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We came to Chicago. Then we took a train to Los Angeles, up to Portland, the coastal Starlight, and then back to Chicago and Grand Rapids. We got off a couple times. In Flagstaff, we got off, rented a car, and went to Grand Canyon National Park. And then we got off in Montana and went to Glacier National Park. Now, this was not a very easy trip for me, or probably him. So my dad at that point needed a walker to get around, and Amtrak, not really great for people who have mobility challenges. Trying to get him on and off the train and the walker and all of our luggage and myself was sometimes a gargantuan task. The first time we walked to the dining car to have a meal was the last time we walked to the dining car to have a meal. The combination of unsteady and the train, not good. The train arrived in Chicago on the return trip 6 hours late, and we missed the connection. So I rented a car, and then on our way late at night, first of all, I left the walker at the car rental place. And then we stopped for gas, and his hearing aid fell out. And I drove him home, and then went back to get the hearing aid, which miraculously was on the ground, not run over. Shortly after the trip, he had no memory of the leg from LA to Portland, which was his favorite part of the trip. It just was gone. So by the end of the trip, I was kind of a wreck and kind of in need of a vacation. And without a doubt, it was one of the most powerful experiences of my life. You know, I felt joy at helping make this final train trip possible for my dad, but more powerful was the gift that I received to be with him in such an intense way for 2 weeks. It was a chance for us, really more than any time in the 50 years before that, to get to know each other really, really deeply. And so that line about when I give, I receive sure fits this. There's this photo of my dad who's now been dead for 5 years, and this is my favorite photo because it so captures this trip. There is no more cherished, powerful gift than a memory like this. And so this photo captures this cherished memory that is forever inscribed in my heart. Dad gave me blue, and I gave him yellow, and together we were a simple green.
A lot of what I know about giving, I learned from my dog, Lloyd. This is Lloyd. He loves toys. He loves them. He loves the soft ones that have squeakers or crinkly stuff in them. He likes to carry them around in his mouth and chew them and take all of their insides out and chase after them after you throw them and so on. He believes that each and every one of those toys is special. And he has a lot of toys, and this is why it is so much fun to give them to him. If he even thinks you might have a toy in a shopping bag as you walk in the door, he will follow you as you unpack, wagging his tail hopefully the whole time. If he realizes there is one, he'll jump up eagerly as you cut off the tags. When he can, he grabs the toy in his mouth and runs into another room so he can sit down and fully enjoy it. It is the best. The best. I'm the one giving Lloyd the toy, but he gets so happy to get the toy that it makes me happy to see him happy, so much happy. I know how Lloyd feels about getting great gifts, or any gifts really. He acts like they are all great. And this has also, on occasion, been true of my son. I remember once when Paul was 3, he got a box of pink soap for Christmas. I don't remember now why it was the greatest thing on earth, but his whole spirit lit up, you can see. When I asked him if I could tell this story and share this picture, I said, "Do you remember why you loved that pink soap so much?" And he said, "It was pink." Fair enough. It doesn't really matter. Seeing that kind of joy in someone you love is just pure magic. I hope that that has happened for you or will someday. When I started thinking about gifts I have given, I started remembering how good it felt to give the thing. Once when I was around 3 or 4, my mom took me shopping to buy a waste paper basket. I helped pick it out. It was great. It had smiley faces on it. The whole time we were shopping, my mom kept saying, "Now, Emily, this is a surprise. We can't tell Daddy." I was like, okay. And then when we arrived home, my dad was at the back door. My mom remembers that my little foot hadn't even gone through the door when I said, "Daddy, guess what? We bought you a waste paper basket." I was so excited by the giving and the surprise that I couldn't hold it in. My parents just stood there and laughed and laughed. I gave them a waste basket and a good story. One time I was given money and taken into this special place at Kaufman's department store where parents weren't allowed and kids could go around with a helper and pick out a present for someone. I remember I bought my dad a giant Hershey's Kiss, a really giant one. To this day, I can't even remember giving it to him or eating it or anything else. I just love that part about being able to pick out something special. As I was thinking about how I've been changed by giving, it felt much easier to think of all the gifts I have been given. I can easily think of a million gifts that I am grateful that happen regularly, things that you all give me, for example, your stories or ideas or hugs or smiles or songs. These all have changed me. They have helped my world get bigger, my heart get wider, and my spirit fuller. And sometimes I think that the line between giving and receiving is impossible to find. I took Paul to see Hamilton this week. Technically, it was a gift for him. He had asked to go, but really I love Hamilton, and so it was a gift for me to experience this brilliant, moving show again. And to share with him at this age and talk about it was even more enjoyable, more moving experience for me. We've been talking about it ever since. He is less outwardly enthusiastic these days, but I'm pretty sure he had a good time too. A lot of what I learned about giving, I learned from my dog, Lloyd. Lloyd doesn't just love toys, he loves walks. So every morning, however I'm feeling, I get up before everyone else to take him for a walk. He follows me closely from the moment I wake up, so I understand what I am supposed to be doing. He sits by me while I put on my sneakers and wags his tail. He turns around excitedly when we get to the door. You could say that these walks are a gift to him, but they are a gift to me too. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have those quiet, magical morning experiences. All of this giving with Lloyd and others isn't always about the things. It's about the other stuff. The joy of watching someone receive, the experience of choosing something, the sharing of experiences. It's really all about love. As I sat and wrote this, Lloyd came over and snuggled up right next to me. He didn't have to say anything. He couldn't, really. Just be there. Like I said, a lot of what I know about giving I learned from my dog. May we each see and feel the love inside us and all around us, and so may it always be. Now, we've all shared stories about some of the things we've given, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to do that. There's pieces of paper and writing utensils in your pews. There's enough for everyone, maybe. If not, you can share. Pieces of paper can be made smaller. And so I want you to take a moment while you're doing that, getting the piece of paper, to think about a time that you gave a gift or something that you give on a regular basis. When you think of something, you can shout it out. Tell me something you've given or that you give. All right, excellent. Now think of something that you give that might help somebody else, and maybe you're a really good listener, maybe you have lots of courage, maybe you can sing well, anything. When you think of that something, I want you to put it down on that piece of paper. You can write it, you can draw a picture. Think of a gift that you like to give, or that you can give, or that you have given. And you're going to give that piece of paper away. So once you write or draw your gift that you're going to give, it can go in one of the baskets on one of our stations. You can have somebody in your pew collect them and put them in the basket. You can get up and do it yourself. It's up to you. So we're going to collect all those gifts. We're going to go through the rest of our service, sing a song and all that. And then as you leave the sanctuary after the postlude, you can take a gift. And that gift, whatever it says, maybe it's a reminder of something you need, maybe it's a surprise, but whatever it is, it's going to be a reminder of love and how that you are loved by this community. All right, Peter's going to give you a little music to collect your gifts by.
Please join me in singing our closing congregational song, that's Lead with Love. That's what it's called. I'm going to call, you're going to respond. You got to put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. You're not alone. You're not alone. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. Keep moving on. Keep moving on. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Lift up your eyes. Lift up your eyes. Don't you despair. Don't you despair. Look up ahead. Look up ahead. The path is there. The path is there. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. I know you're scared. I know you're scared. Well, I'm scared too. Well, I'm scared too. But here I am. But here I am. Right next to you. Right next to you. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. And lead with love. And lead with love.
These closing words are from Eric Williams. The world is too beautiful to be praised by only one voice. May you have the courage to sing your part. The world is too broken to be healed by only one set of hands. May you have the courage to use your gifts. May you go in peace. Please join with me in the words of our chalice extinguishing. Carry the flame, peace, and love until we meet again. After the closing music, you can stop by one of the water stations to get a gift on your way out.